It was 1993, and my dad decided that he was going to take myself and my two younger brothers on our first big outdoor trip, which was a weekend camping trip. And so we drove for 3 hours north and got to this campsite, rented a canoe, and we were going to paddle out for an hour until we got to the island that we were going to spend the weekend on. And so we did. We paddled out. And as soon as we got there, Dad decided it would be a good idea if his three boys went out by themselves to really learn how to control a canoe and go explore a nearby cove. And so he was going to stay back and unpack and cook up some snacks. And so off we went. We took off, and I was going to show off to my brothers what a good skipper I was. It wasn't 5 minutes before what had been a beautiful day turned into an absolute hurricane, and it was pouring rain, and the wind picked up the waves. I mean, we lost everything that we had in the boat, including our paddles, and we were being quickly swept away off the edge of the earth as far as we were concerned. And so we called for help, and Dad ran along the shore. He was following us as we're floating down this lake, and he's got a big rope in his hands, and we got to this little sort of rock jutted out part where he had climbed up on top and actually threw the rope off, and we managed to catch it, and he dragged us ashore, and we ended up having to hike back to our camp, soaking wet with rain and tears, which took about half an hour, the whole thing. We got back to camp, and by that time the sun, of course, had come back out again. However, in his haste, our dad had left everything out, and so all of our clothes, sleeping bags, and food were all waterlogged, and our tent was gone. We had nothing to sleep in anymore. It had blown away into the lake. And so our only option was to pack up our wet stuff, get back in the canoe, and paddle back to the car and drive home. We had 6 hours of driving for 2.5 hours of camping. I hadn't been outside since. It was a great vacation.